Good afternoon. This is Rosy Barik, Assistant Professor HR. Today we are going to discuss about contemporary trends in human resource planning on the subject of human resource planning. This unit consists of MMPH-003, Block 4, Unit 11. So, in this chapter, we are going to discuss about how the human resource has been developed in current era. So today we are going to be discussed on introduction about it, pre-pandemic trends, contemporary trends in HRP, post-pandemic trends in HRP, implementation of contemporary trends and summary. So before what was happened for the pandemic, before the pandemic what was happening, and after pandemic what is happening currently. So, in this case, we can see HRB is a strategic process which aims in requiring, acquiring, utilizing, improving, and preserving an organization's human resources to assign the right individual to right task effectively. It is the role of HRB. So it involves forecasting the future trends, assessing the current strength, coordinating employee requirements with resource availability as a part of overall business plan. So new age organizations operate in constantly shifting and often certain environments. Factors like globalization, changing demographics, and evolving customer relationships that drive the need for the organizational reforms. It also has transitioned from a narrow personal focus to a broader strategic orientation to adopt these changes. While some critics argue that HRP lacks value, others have shown its significant contributions to the organizational success. As the field of human resource management evolves, new knowledge is being generated, performance standards are arising, and the HR sector faces increasing pressure from multiple directions. So, what is the contemporary trends in HRP or pre-pandemic trends? Those are the HR structures are rapidly evolving to keep pace with technological advancement, requiring business leaders to implement effective measures and strategies to enhance daily operations and personal performance. The year to put the post pandemic teachings into the practice was 2022. After COVID 19, the practices has been developed. Technology will grow. Organizations will become more employee focused and various HR activities will become more effective now in 2003. Actually, it is written in the book 2003, but now we are in 2025. You can see what is happening around us. You can see the hybrid mode of teaching, the hybrid mode of communication, the hybrid mode of professions, work from home, etc. In 2023, HR will focus on employee centricity, emphasizing well being, enhanced hybrid workplace, and metaverse integration, potentially offering employees promising advancements in HR practices. It is already being implemented. Till now, it has already been implemented in different organizations and the organization are running through these processes. So some beaming trends in HRP, as I have already told that this has been already being implemented. So those trends are prioritizing employees' wellness, management workforce ecosystem, reskilling and upskilling, retraining, discovering the right talent, grooming the workforce, the use of artificial intelligence, DEI, that is diversity, equity, and inclusion in spotlight. So, we are going to discuss the brief description about these things. So, first is prioritizing employee wellness. As we know that health is wealth. If employees are not well, then they will take absent from the organization or the employee turnover will be higher. The pandemic has highlighted the importance of employee health and wellness, making wellness related policies a top priority for the HR departments. So, most of the organization preferring employees' well-being as well as employees' wellness, and they have planned certain employee wellness program which helps the employees to boost themselves to make free from the worries. Rising stress levels fueled by the pandemic and recession fears have left employees concerned about their families, health, and job securities is the amidst local market volatility. To address these challenges, HR must incorporate support programs and wellness initiatives into human resource planning by focusing on both physical as well as emotional well being. Though we can see that employees are involved in the work, they are fit, but mentally they are disturbed in some extent. In order to make them mentally as well as physically fit, organization prioritize employee wellness program and they are conducting different activities also. Research by Gartner shows that implementing a comprehensive well-being program can boost employee motivation and employees' commitment by 21%. HR professionals must develop strategies to identify mental health issues among the employees and provide them with tools to manage these challenges. Encouraging participation in exercise routines, fitness programs, and other healthy habits is also essential. If we will consider this point, actually it has already been implemented before the pandemic, we can say before 2015 also. Tata has already implemented this program. What they were doing? They are doing that employees should come to the office or their industry at a particular time period. At a particular time period, they have to practice some warm up exercise which help them to work effectively. Human resources should adopt a proactive approach to fostering resilience and well being, focusing on psychological, physical, and financial health. So, organizations like Arogya World exemplify the importance of prioritizing employee well-being through comprehensive initiatives. Next is management of workforce ecosystem. We know that organization or the company is an ecosystem where employees are working in their ecosystem. So, human resources traditionally focused on full time employees are increasingly recognizing the importance of contingent workers, freelancers, and supply chain partners to organizational success. In 2023, HR is expected to take the lead in managing with this complex ecosystem, extending its value chain to include independent contractors and external stakeholders. It has already been implemented. This shift is crucial for enhancing value creation while mitigating the risk. HR can contribute to a more diverse worker ecosystem by enhancing the value of external contributors in the modern platform economy and sharing best practices with vendors, suppliers, as well as service providers. The effective value chain management is crucial for both productivity and reputation as demonstrated in post-pandemic era. HR must play a significant part in partnering business choices and has a special chance to spread effective people practices throughout the supply chain. It is anticipated seeing more efforts like creation of mentoring programs, employment rotation throughout supply chain, and expert networks in 2023. As I have already told us, this unit in the written in the book is quite older. It has already been implemented. So, what are the trends, what are the practices that organization has taken out after the pandemic that we are going to discuss. Next is reskilling and upskilling. Obviously, employees training and development is an important part of every organization. So employee training and development have shifted from annual initiatives to continuous effort aimed at boosting productivity and morale. Research from LinkedIn Learning reveals that 94% of employees would stay longer with the company that actively supports their career growth, highlighting the growing importance of skill development. The fourth industrial revolution, driven by automation and AI advancements, has raised the stakes for continuous learning and adaptation. To meet the current and future talent demands, organizations must revise skill initiatives and leverage AI and technology for scalable, skill based talent practices. Additionally, HR will focus on enhancing leadership soft skills like active listening and empathy to better support employees. The wake of global crisis marked by fear and uncertainty. People are prioritizing connections and empathy to cope. The HR trends for 2023 emphasize a shift towards human centric approaches, focusing on technology, employee satisfaction, and security. As the hybrid work arrangements grow, HR must allocate specific budgets for advancement or advanced IT infrastructure to support these challenges. It shows that what organization is trying to do for the employees who are already working in the organization, and organization is trying to enhance the employees, enhance their different skills through different practices or different training and development programs. Next is retraining. Retraining is the practices of updating one's ability and knowledge to keep pace with workplace advancement. As we know that due to change in technology day by day, uplifting or updating one's ability is highly essential. So, retraining in business simply means picking up new skills or jobs inside your department, in your particular department. Retraining involves re educating and employees when they are found to be not qualified for a particular skills or knowledges. That means employees are qualified but they are not exactly qualified for a particular skills and knowledge, then retraining is required. This is determined by evaluating the employee's responses on the training questionnaire and identifying areas for the improvement. So, through the questionnaire process, employees can identify how the improvement can be done. Retraining is a practice that employers may require to help workers for acquiring new skills. Even if employees receive initial training, additional training may be necessary later to prevent the stagnant workforce, especially when organizations adopt new technology. Retraining benefits workers by equipping them with new abilities that can enhance their competitiveness if they seek new employment opportunities. While younger job seekers are facing lack of applied soft skill, including work ethic, social skills, communication, and leadership, senior professionals are also affected by technological anxiety and fear from learning new processes and acquiring new skill set. The new technologies result in loss of jobs, but in long run, they may also open up new job opportunities, according to Forbes article. Actually, what the employees are feeling that if they will train, the new technology is arriving in the society, then they feel that their job is a riskier one. So it is very difficult to convince the employees and to give them train to be more flexible for the organization. Actually, what happens, the technology results in a loss of jobs, what people are thinking. But in the long run, they may also open up new opportunities. As we can see, the different chatbots, different AI platform that helps in creating the job opportunities to ensure smooth transition from their employees in event of forced automation. Enterprises and governments must take proactive measures, particularly in the short term where automation has the greatest impact. So, for a variety of reasons, including the following, business and governments should develop detailed plans to retrain and re-engineer the workforce. Those are winning the AI talent war depends on it. It might help economics and organizations save a lot of money. It might result in improved productivity and performance from workers. It will support the workforce reintegrations into the workplace, said by Maskey in 2019. So, next is discovering of right talent. Companies dedicate Companies dedicate significant time, effort, and resources to achieve their objectives. But these investments are wasted without the right people in the right place to execute them. It is surprising then that many businesses fail to allocate the same resources to finding the best talent. In today's competitive business environment, having the right people to implement the strategy is very crucial. And organizations that invest in talent acquisition method are more likely to succeed, according to Trihan 2015. Keeler in 2017 says that the best workers do the best and the most work, but many companies do not do an awful job of finding and keeping them. Then Stephen Hacking and of McKinsey first used the phrase war of talent in 1997, and book with the same title published in 2001 helped it to popularize. The alludes alludes to the severe struggle employers face to recruit keep workers keep workers at a time when there are not enough space or enough workers to replace the baby boomers who are currently leaving the workforce in the advanced economy, according to Killer 2017. Then grooming of workforce. The acronym BOOKER 2, which stands for uncertain, complex, ambiguous, digitally disruptive, describes the current business environment with two Ds highlighting digital disruptions. The leader must look beyond the buka and incorporate these elements into their strategies to achieve the organizational goals. As a result, many businesses are struggling to maintain flexibility, agility, and responsiveness while also balancing focus and alignment. The focus refers to the clarity of the task, projects, products, and technologies the company will work on, and it must be communicated urgently to entire workforce. The alignment involves creating environment where employees are encouraged to ask questions, engage in discussion, debate, and innovate through achieving its balance requires a great deal of information, according to Jha and Ras in 2019. So, in this slide, we can see how the workforce are grooming day by day. Next is the use of artificial intelligence. We can say that the use of AI. As everybody knows that how the AI is helpful nowadays, starting from Alexa to Siri to ChatGPT to Google Gemini or Google Bard, you can say so many AI tools has been used to do the work. So, almost unknowingly, we have welcomed artificial intelligence in our lives with barely audible instructions, that is, Alexa or one of her rivals will forecast the weather for tomorrow. Netflix algorithms provide recommendations based on our viewing preferences. As we go about our daily lives, health applications are processing data and making judgment about our welfare. So, artificial intelligence is often seen as the revolutionary technology that will transform the workplace through its impact on human resources, and people management remains uncertain. While issues like bias and injustice in AI can be addressed, there is a significant risk that its use may lower the quality of output, with both positive and negative outcomes likely to emerge depending on how it is implemented. For if the HR industry decides to embrace AI, it will have some influence over the future. HR professionals will need to have the necessary abilities to make sure that ethics and fairness are at the forefront of AI development for HR and people management. So, Bimeri, a London based startup with an $800 million valuation, has received a strategic investment from Accenture and offers its own recruitment operating system by London 2021. Large international tech companies have also started integrating AI into their people management system, with IBM estimating that AI is human resources saved nearly $100 million in 1 year, which told by Gwenol and Finjig in 2019. One common application of AI in HR is the use of chatbots, which can improve the effectiveness and quality of HR operations. These chatbots allow employees and candidates to interact with virtual agent in natural language, providing immediate responses at any time and in any language. In some cases, chatbots can even complete tasks such as processing employment references, scheduling events, and booking training courses, allowing human expert to focus on more complex issues. Like Chalod and Guenol in 2020-21, they have discussed about it, and they have noted that chatbots can even complete the tasks such as processing employment references, scheduling events, and booking training courses. So, text based chatbots similar to those used by banks or shops to answer customer service inquiries by emulating genuine interaction are already widely used by HR departments. So various HR departments are also using this kind of facilities. They neatly take the place of certain employee self-service features and free from HR consultants to perform value-added tasks. Next is DEI, that is diversity, equity, and inclusion in the spotlights, as it is a booming word. For some time now, most companies have been using the keywords diversity, equity, and inclusion, and for good reason. The initiatives related DEI are part of efforts to address challenges in the workplace, such as bias, discrimination, harassment, and unfair pay. So, the shift from in person to virtual and hybrid work environments has raised the need of the need for DEI, that is diversity, equity, and inclusion. Companies can utilize the following indicators to increase the DEI according to the recent Forbes article: recruitment matrices, hiring matrices, onboard matrices, day-to-day activity matrices, compensation, advancement, and retention matrices. So, employee resource groups, that is ERG, is one more tool that business can use to concentrate on DEI. This networks offers the venue for women, veterans, LGBT workers, popular for color, person with disabilities, working parents, and others to connect and against guarantee that workers embraces and supports their productivity, one report claims. Now we'll be discussing on post pandemic trends in HRP. What we have discussed, let's have a glance. Till now, we have discussed about beaming trends in HRP, introduction, beaming trends in HRP, that is prioritizing employee wellness, management workforce ecosystem, reskilling and upskilling, retraining, discovering the right talent, grooming the workforce, the use of artificial intelligence, and DEI, that is diversity, equity, and inclusion in spotlight. So here are the brief description about those points. Now we will be discussing on post-pandemic trends in HRP. What was there? What is there? inside it some emerging post-pandemic trends. These are the trends which has been briefly described. These are the things. Then implementation of the contemporary trends, right? So here are the post-pandemic trends in HRP. The COVID 19 pandemic has transformed organizational processes, presenting challenges and uncertainties for the human resource management in terms of business operations and employees' interaction. These disruptions forced HR professionals to develop creative solutions to ensure business continuity. Supporting the employees in adapting to and navigating this unprecedented crisis become a crucial priority. The pandemic accelerated digital transformation, shifting the dynamics between employees and the employers. In 2022, HR had a unique opportunity to redefine its role as the HR professional played a key part in helping business navigate the challenges of the pandemic, reflections, and economic slowdown. So, some emerging post pandemic trends in HRP are hybrid work culture, working in metaverse, the transition from employee well being to healthy organization, green human resource management, human leadership, flexibility, the new normal, the sitting in new smoking, employee engagement, contingent workforce, decentralized work sites. First one is hybrid work culture. As we all know that how the hybrid work culture has been developed nowadays. Most of the cases, people are preferring to work in hybrid mode instead of present physically at the organization. So the COVID-19 pandemic lead to widespread adoption of remote and hybrid work model. Along with the rapid digitalization of human resource processes in many businesses worldwide. Prior to the pandemic, remote work was seen as a rare perk, but after March 2020, most of the companies transitioned to home office setups where it is possible. With pandemic restrictions lasting over a year and a half, this digital work model has become a new norm, which, according to numerous studies, is expected to persist indefinitely, like said by Kuzier, Kettler, and Rapp in 2021. So, as the things improve, workplaces are transitioning to the hybrid work model designed to enhance the employee productivity. This flexible approach combines in office and remote work, catering the individual needs of the employees. Companies like fraud Companies like Ford, HubSpot, Microsoft, Infosys, Siemens, and Amazon have embraced the hybrid model, and the research shows that about 74% of US permanently signaling its growing importance in the future of human resources. Working in metaverse. Technological advancement are making the metaverse workplace is a reality, with the term metaverse gaining significant attention over the past years. Generally, it refers to a network of 3D virtual worlds where users can communicate, transact, and form social connections using virtual avatars. resembling a virtual reality version of the internet. In the metaverse, people can interact as if they are physically together, regardless of their actual location, said by Prudy in 2022. So, what the metaverse is working, I can say that one example of a company is trying to do the recruitment through virtual way where the recruitment will be taken by the individual to whom you like the most. Like the avatar will come and the avatar will take the interview virtually, not exactly the actual human will take your interview, the avatar will take your interview, and the questions will be written on the platform or on the screen, and based on the question you have to answer it. And the most important thing is that the camera will capture the picture for every second or every millisecond to identify your emotional situations. The metaverse workplace offers the virtual reality environment that enables business interactions from anywhere in the world in the personalized, immersive setting. So, in as the Prodi in 2022 describes the imagine having the beachside conversion with the colleagues, taking meeting notes at a space station and teleporting from an office in London to New York, all without leaving your home. So, what business have hoped on the metaverse bandwagon then? According to recent CNBC report, Microsoft, Apple, Meta, and Google are all making investment in internet's upcoming growth area. So now the transition from the employee well-being to healthy organization. Here we will be discussing about how people feel that they are healthy in the organization and so that they can work effectively. In the past few years, employees' mental health and well-being have finally received the attention they deserve in the workplace. According to recent McKinsey Health Institute survey, one in four workers worldwide report having burnout symptoms. That means the workers are are working under high pressure. The survey also revealed that 22% difference between employer and employee perceptions of well-being at work, and found the direct link between toxic work environment and burnout. So what can we expect to unfold that on that front? The solution is to found in healthy organization a more comprehensive and enterprise-wide strategies for well-being. This idea extends beyond the workers' physical well-being and safety and attempts to give them more flexibility and opportunity for empowerment and training. So the transition from employees' well-being to healthy organization, the following components make up the framework for the healthy organization are the physical wealth, mental well-being, financial fitness, social health and community service, safe workplace, healthy culture. So these are the components which require for framing the healthy organization. It's safe to say that healthy organization would be welcome, trained for better productivity and greater employee satisfaction, which leads to employee retention. Now, the green human resource management. Employee behavior and activities at work are currently receiving more attention as contributing the factor to the environmental issue. As a result, businesses are implementing a range of environmental protection efforts and creating green business plan. Even though the field of study is expanding, more research is still needed to fully understand the cause and effect of employees' environmentally friendly behavior. This study also adds to the body of knowledge by examining the cause and effect of green organizational culture in staff members' green behavior, according to Al Swedi, Geladan and Salhe in 2021. Next is humans leadership. Humans leadership. The recent Harvard Business Review article about the distinction between managers and leaders quote CEOs need to manage, not just lead. Middle managers need the skill of leadership too. The value of good manager and leader has risen dramatically in recent years as the result of changes in the workplace. For their workforce, the current the current situations call the sympathetic, flexible, and genuine leaders, welcoming a human era for the leadership. So, what is comprised of? So, the strategies that have been updated to encourage the leaders to exercise human leadership are improve companies' communication, prioritize teamwork, collaboration, invest in people, encourage feedback, give recognition, rewards, and compliments to the employees. So, flexibility, the new normal, the option to work remotely or in a hybrid environment has gained a popularity post pandemic and is affected to persist according to link to expected to persist. According to LinkedIn data, remote jobs, which accounts for about 20% of opening, attract over 50% of applications. Recognizing the trend, employers offering flexible or virtual work options for better positioned to attract top talent willing to adhere to a strict in office schedule. When considering the future of work, location should not be the main factor. The companies should think about how to sustain employees' motivation regardless of location rather than arguing the merit of remote versus in the office employment. The hybrid work paradigm will definitely have the sustainable impact on HRM in the years to come and come as more business adapt it. Sitting in new smoking, we spend more time sitting than ever, driving by technology and sedentary work habits, which contribute to increasingly unhealthy lifestyle. Unlike physically active agriculture and industrial economics of the past, our modern routines from working remotely to commuting, and watching TV, which promotes inactivity that can harm us just as insidiously as smoking. When we are done sitting, we may stand up, put our smartphones away, or strap them to our arms and exercise consciously while maintaining the healthy diet, according to Dolly in 2017. So, this is the best way of eradicating the routine work, the work that we are doing that is unhealthy lifestyle. So whenever we feel that we have sat more than 1 or 2 hours, we should stand up or put our smartphone away from our arms and exercise consciously. We can do the stretches or we can do certain we can stretch our hand and legs so that we can feel the fit and healthy to work more. If we'll see a particular position for a longer period of time, then it is creating the unhealthy habit, or it can create certain kind of stiffness in our body. So in order to eradicate this problem, sitting in a new smoking has been designed, and it tells about what to do when we are done in sitting. Next is employee engagement. There are a lot of employees participation notions that seems to be recognized for today's organization to be successful. This includes goal setting, work teams, delegating, participative management, employee empowerment, and employee training. Employee engagement is largely influenced by the HRM. Both exemplary leadership and helpful management are required. Employee training is necessary, and human resource management has a big part to play in that. Employees who are supposed to delegate participated in decision making, work in teams, and establish the goals cannot do so unless they are aware of and comprehend what is expected of them. Employee empowerment necessitates thorough job specific training. They may need training in interpersonal skills to make participative and work teams functions properly. Next is contingent workforce hired on a temporary basis now from a significant part of the workforce. They are employed to address process variations within the organization and perform specialized tasks requiring unique skills. This strategic approach represents HR challenges such as ensuring the availability of these workers, offering flexible schedules, and determining benefits eligibility. Transforming into contingent workforce required thorough preparation, with HRM playing a crucial role in strategic discussions and executions. So, proper preparation is required for it. From recruiting and integrating temporary employees to attracting top quality talent, HRM must ensure the process is seamless and effective. Then decentralized work sites. Decentralized work environments are increasingly common thanks to technology enabling telecommuting from anywhere in the world. This flexibility eliminates the need for the employers to base their operations near their workforce. It also allows businesses in high cost areas to outsource tax to the region where lower wages, reducing operational expenses. Decentralized workplace cater to diverse workforce needs, allowing individuals with disabilities or family commitments to work from home. However, they challenge human resource planning to train managers on maintaining job quality and timelines while researching compensation strategies to suit remote work setups. So, will the employee be compensated hourly or salary basis or based on completed work? Moreover, companies must ensure the healthy and safety of full-time employees working in depressed location as they are not the contract workers. Post-pandemic, the concept of remote working and third place working have also gained the prominence. So once again, we will have a look what we have studied in pre-pandemic as well as the post-pandemic area. There is the huge difference in pre-pandemic and post-pandemic areas that we are going to discuss. We have already discussed in 1 hour, last 1 hour, 1 hour or 45 minutes, what we have discussed, that some beaming trends in HRP like prioritizing employee wellness, management of workforce ecosystem, reskilling and upskilling, retraining, discovering the right talent, grooming the workforce, use of artificial intelligence, and DEI, that is diversity, equity, and inclusion in the spotlight. Then we have discussed deeply about those points. Then we have discussed about how the post-pandemic trends in HRP, those are hybrid work culture, working in metaverse, the transition from employee well-being to healthy organization, green human resource management, human leadership, flexibility, the new normal, sitting in the new smoking, employee engagement, contingent workforce, decentralized work sites. So these are the points which really affect or which has been transition. There is a transition from pre-pandemic trends in HRP to post-pandemic trends in HRP. So now we'll be discussing on their implementation in the organization. So, implementation of contemporary work trends, there are following advice that can help you plan more effectively for changes in human resource planning. First is developing effective strategies for constantly involving workers. Those who are highly involved in the in the organization, some effective strategies should be developed. Employees who are contacted seldom under the old paradigm have loss of interest and drive as a result of feeling alone. So, certain tasks or certain plans should be done so that they can feel that they are the part of the organization. As nowadays people are focusing or employers are focusing most of the current trends workers like those who are highly skilled in AI or highly skilled worker, but organizations should take the should encourage the employees who are working from the last old paradigm, daily virtual water cooler or and coffee pot. That charts can help remote workers check in and resolve their issues. So it gives a kid a voice and chance to ask questions, get ideas, and talk about the ideas. Discussions about training development, careers give workers a sense of purpose and imply that they might have future career with the company. By monitoring employees' mental health, management can prevent any serious problems they may have. So these are all about the future contemporary trends post pandemic area. So, what we have studied, let's have a discussion. So, we have studied during the pandemic, salary reduction and layoffs led to the need of both upscaling and downscaling. The focus has shifted from critical roles to essential skills with learning and growth department now responsible for helping employees to acquire new skills that support multiple career development paths. Due to change in work arrangements, the HR department is also asked with restructuring the organization. Moving forward, building the resilient organization that can efficiently adapt to shocks will be essential. To achieve these roles and structures must be designed around results, acquiring cross functional training and expertise to enhance adaptability and flexibility. Despite the other priorities, employees' experience remains crucial for the HR as the employers can attract and retain talent by developing strategies that focus on safety, healthy, and emotional well being and fostering an inclusive structure. culture. The HR priority areas and emerging trends highlights the skills management students will need to succeed in their careers. In a constantly evolving world, students must be flexible and adaptable to thrive. Agile organizations, which are seen as the more productive and competitive, which require all the management students, regardless of their field or the roles, to embrace adaptability in their work. The post COVID 19 organizations will rely heavily on data and technology, making it essential for the students to focus on mastering these tools. So, additionally, HR management students will need to be creative and innovative in transforming the HR processes to meet evolving needs of the organization. These are all about the contemporary trends of human resource planning in post-pandemic area. So, in this unit, we have discussed about what has already happened or what was happening during pre-pandemic area. Um, then then what are the different trends has been adopted till now, though the book is written in 2023. For the 2023, still already the points have already been implemented in most of the organization, and they are following these rules also. And some beaming trends in HRP that prioritizing employee wellness, as we know that health is wealth. So employee wellness is the key factor for every human being. Then management workforce ecosystem, which is very crucial. So crucial for enhancing the value creation while mitigating the risk. Next is reskilling and upskilling, so which helps in the industrial revolution, which is driven by the automation and AI, which has raised the stakes in continuous learning and adaptation. So next is returning to re-skilled or to update the employees' ability and knowledge to keep pace with workplace achievement, scaling and advancement, retraining is required. Then discovering the right talent, those who are working in the organization, if after getting so much training, providing so much training and development program, though they are updating themselves, but in current scenario right talent is highly essential. So as the company is dedicating significant time, effort and resources to achieving their objectives, but the investment are wasted without right people in the place to execute them, so it is highly essential. Then grooming of workplace. So in the VUCA world, leaders must look beyond the VUCA and incorporate this element into their strategies to achieve the organizational goal. So now the VUCA has been changed to VUCA 2. VUCA 2, that is volatility, uncertain, complex, ambiguous, digitally disruptive. So we should focus and alignment on this word. Next is artificial intelligence. As we have all know that how artificial intelligence has taken over, or we can say that the HR job is now in risky because of this artificial intelligence, because of this technology. Everything is going on instead of human involvement. Next is you can say about DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion in the spotlight, which helps in recruitment, hiring, onboarding, as well as compensation retention strategies. Then in post-pandemic area, we have discussed about hybrid work structure, working in a metaverse, that nowadays people are working in both hybrid way. working in a metaverse, and also transition from employee well-being to healthy organization that we have already discussed about it. Then green human resource management, instead of using the most paperwork, we can follow the soft work, like people should not waste most of the papers and other things that we have discussed. Environmental friendly behavior people should follow. Then human leadership, then flexibility and sitting in a new smoking, employee engagement, which is most important factor, then contingent workforce, decentralized work size. These are the things we have discussed. So that's all. Thank you.